And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, to the second to last race of the DRC season here in Brazil. Oh, and there we have the first spin of this race. Edgin turning himself around. Here we have RD Gamer. Meanwhile, Jagger goes up to P1. It's still a tight battle for the constructors between Williams and Red Bull Racing. Yoinks now going up to the top with a 18588. For the people who might also recognize my voice, hello, I am DMC. I just commentated the ACC leak, and now I'm back again. I didn't move a single inch. Well, I flew over to Brazil, but RD, not being far off his own teammate, will move up to this window because I like this one way more. Meanwhile, we're going to 6th place. Who is Thunder Fox? Can he move himself further up? Had a good race yesterday in Tier 2. Moves himself to pole position 1-8-3-8-4-4. Going to 8th place. Scrub just started his lap. Also had quite the decent race. Quite the decent showing yesterday. Curious what he can do with the big boys today. You see only 10 guys? That means points are guaranteed, which is especially important for some maybe struggling teams this season to get some points on the board close to the finish. After this, obviously, there's only one race left, which is Abu Dhabi next week. And then we move on into Season 10, but more information probably by fellow commentators Deflink and Mackie next week during the Tier 2 race, or by Wilton during the Tier 1 race. Scrub is a bit wiggling with his wing there, going up to 5th place, 18671. One guy who's still missing is Kimirai. Edgin, of course, had his spin, didn't drive out again since. Kimirai, the one fighting for the American glory for MoneyGram Haas F1 team. In the meantime, it's a front row lockout for Red Bull Racing. I hope everyone found themselves over here into the stream safely, and hopefully will enjoy what will commence here. Right, now going into the Senna S, which is probably one of the most difficult sections of the whole circuit. Of course, the circuit not being very long, with a lap time of only 1 minute 8. The map shows a purple first sector. Now going into the infield. The track requires a good mix of aerodynamics and straight line speed, with this being the part where aerodynamics will become the most important. Not quite hitting the apex here, but still, it was gonna be a good lap. Well, there's the invalidation. Let's see if he'll probably just dive right back into the pits. No, he will not. We'll finish it 183. That put him into 2nd place that lap. Quite curious why he finished it though. Matthijs up in 1st place. Blinking here and there to keep to keep the ERS in that Red Bull going. Faster than he once was before. There goes the blink light off. And there goes full power, full throttle down the straight. Whilst crossing the pit entry here is only normal. And this is a 18019. Improved his lap by about half a tenth. Same improvement RD Gamer shows in the first sector. Let's see what he can do over the rest of the lap. Kimura trying again. Also, Castleman in 8th being on another flyer. Let's see what the Williams guy can do. Not much. This is the backed out lap. So we can calmly go over to Castleman. To see where the AlphaTauri can put himself. Seven tenths up. That probably put him around 3rd. Right now. Let's see, very close to the wall. He's staying close. 2 tenths of a second behind. Jagu on another try. This time with help of his teammate RD Gamer. Or he might just have pulled him along. That might also be a thing. But that's probably something we'll never find out. Jacob, the title candidate, currently only in 5th position. Half a second behind Matthias. Needs to climb up the ladder. Does it 3 tenths faster than before. Now he's gonna go down the start-finish straight. As close to the wall as possible, and as close to a track limit as possible. Goes up to 2nd, 1/10 of a second behind. Yoink's also on an improving lap, the McLaren driver. Edgin's still not certain to come out of the pits again. Yoinks, 3 tenths up. Track improvement definitely kicking in. 6 minutes left in this qualifying session. Him as well, as close to the wall as possible. 2nd, half a tenth. It's getting closer to Matthias' time. Now, Kimura. What can he do? Invalidated his first attempt. Now out for the second one. Again, the map shows purple, which is promising, but never a reliable source considering the map is programmed by EA or Codemasters. It's probably the same thing at this point. And again, the lap is invalidated by the Haas driver, and then that's nearly the wall. It's not really getting it along, but it's only 4 minutes left in this qualifying session. As there's a little break right now. Striker, I already commentated the ACC race. I already commentated. This is just me having some party. I think it's Edgin, the first one to leave the pits. I think he's going off circle after his spin earlier in the session. But we'll see shortly, because then there'll be an outlap next to Edgin's name. I was right. RD also out. They're going a bit off cycle. The driver's currently in 7th and in 9th position. My water bottle decides to just be... oh, that'd be nice. That'd be a nice commentary duo, I'd reckon. But first, we'll focus on the Brazilian Grand Prix before there will be talks about Abu Dhabi. And we'll watch Edgin. Currently, without a lap time. He will stay without a... That is... Okay. We're moving to RD. Who, following the camera, apparently still has his pit limiter on. Let's see what the Williams row can do. He has the whole track to himself. The car is now just coming out behind him. 10th up to his own time. Now you see the drivers slowly crawling out of their garages to go around the circuit. Three tenths. Proving more and more RD gamer. He could technically get his second hot lap in. I just noticed it. He'll be over the line, no problem. But for now, he's moving up to 6th place. 3 tenths down. On P1. Not Matthias, it's Thunder, who is the next guy on the lap. Yoinks is not going out again. Edgin is not going out again. Edgin will remain without a time on the board. Spun once, went into the pits the other time. Now it's Thunder Fox going around the Brazilian circuit and trying to get pole position for Red Bull. In their fight also for the constructors. Don't forget that. It is Matthias and Thunder up against Jagu and RD Gamer. Two tenths improvement. That is close. It's getting closer and closer to Matthias' time. Will it be enough? Just murdered my table. Thunderbox goes up to 2nd place. Jagu up behind. Stays 4th. Thunderfox 7,000ths of a second behind. What can Kimura do? This time, the lap stays valid. Scrub up behind. Moves up to 5th. What is Castleman doing? Matthias 178 goes up by 2/10 again. What can Castleman do though? Goes up to third. Now giving some in-lab Williams screen time. This is the result of the qualifying today. Matthias at first, 17816. 2/10 ahead of his teammates. Front row lockout for Red Bull Racing in the penultimate round of Season 9 of the DRC F1 Tier 1 Championship. Behind that, Castleman Yoinks, Jagu Scrub, Kimura and RD, and then Psycho and Edgin in 10th position. Why was there one on Hearts? That is something we will never find out. But now we know it happened. I think Scrub's agreeing with the TMC Wilton tag team duo commentary. Meanwhile, we'll be looking at the Red Bull pit lane. I think Ferraris were signed up, at least one. I don't know. I think there should have been 11 drivers today, but we are doing good with 10. 36 laps around Brazil. Of course, a circuit with way more history than RB Leipzig. May it be good history, may it be bad history. Today, it'll make a new chapter. Look at those marshals. They already look happy about being there. Here we are. Here we see the grid. All 10 drivers happy to go around the circuit. With those selected tire compounds. Matthias and Thunder on mediums. Castleman also on mediums. Yoinks is trying it on softs. Then the rest of the grid will be on mediums, except Psycho will be on the hards. Here you see tire strategies. Medium soft or hard medium are the selected strategies without losing a major amount of time. This, once again, starting grid, Matthias, Thunderfox, who's leaving somewhat of a gap. Castleman, yoinks. Jagu Scrub. Behind that, Kimirai, RD Gamer in 8th. Before the 5th row of the grid, Psycho and Edgit, who's locking up his tires the moment we're getting in the camera. F1 probably being the only game where locking up your tires is actually beneficial. But that is definitely a different story. And Edgin left the game. If it's a game crash, if it's not a game crash, that is not something we'll know at the current moment. But his hard challenge of last to first definitely just got made a little bit harder. Wait till Psycho in the back sorted himself. And then we'll be waiting for the lights. We're hearing them, but we're not seeing them. And then it's lights out and let's go in Brazil. Matthias and Thunder both come away very well. Yoinks on the outside though. Can he do anything? Jagu being in 4th, Scrub 5th, Castleman 6th. Losing some positions. RD going up into 7th place. Kimura 8th. Psycho 9th. And then of course it's Edgin's AI. Yoinks! Still trying to make the softs work, going up the outside. And then the inside of Thunder, pushing him a bit wide. But still everyone's remaining on circuit. Castleman and RD Gamer scrambling over 6th position. But it all goes around relatively well. Everyone's still pointing the right way. And everyone's still seeing the guy in the lead. Now we gotta see what Yoinks is doing with Matthias up ahead. He of course needs to make the softs work now. He has to pass. But if any one of you guys watched Tier 2 yesterday, there is an easy way to get a DRS train form. And of course with Tier 1 being somewhat more closer, there's an easy way to just have a 10 guy DRS train. Meanwhile, we have the tower completely screwing over. Ah, thanks, Codemasters. I appreciate it. We'll see Scrub here, behind Jagu. Nothing happening so far. Back to the lead. Yoinks on a mission. He already passed one Red Bull. Now he's up the second one. Already been trailing back are Psycho and Edgin's AI. The question is Edgin coming back into this race? Sauber would probably thank him a lot if he would, because they do need the points. Let's look at 4th place, Jagu, around the outside. Meanwhile, Yoinks goes down the inside for 1st, Jagu up to 3rd. That was a lot for one corner. Can anyone counter-attack? We have Scrub here, who's going down the inside of Thunder. Forget the counter, he's losing another spot. Hit Scrub in the side. Thunderfox already all the way down to 5th position after starting 2nd. The tower also seems to have fixed itself, which is quite nice to see. And there we see the 9-way DRS train. Well, 8-way DRS train. There we have Edgin back. Now let's see if the lead changes again. And if the race starts to turn into the way it did yesterday. The Red Bull opens up the ring. Comes closer and closer and closer. There is a battle. Castleman tries on Thunder Fox around the outside. It doesn't work here. Let's see what happens down to turn 4. Well, the lead changes back. Also, Thunder was blinking. If my eyes didn't deceive me. Thunder already struggling with pace. And he will drop out now. Because lap 4 is definitely not a lap where you want to start blinking. Especially not in a competitive field like this one. Now back up to the start-finish straight. Jagu this time being the one close to Yoinks. Matthias will probably end up having a lot of fun! That was close! That was very tight with Yoinks. They're still scrambling. Maybe Jagu this time will be the guy enjoying some company. No, he does it smart, Yoinks! And Scrub hits him! And Scrub hits him! This wasn't smart at all! He didn't play the tire game. And it ended in a big crash where Scrub sadly comes out as the guy with the damage. And Yoinks as the guy who will not take further part in this Grand Prix. It was a late attack. It was a too late attack. And in the end, it ended in disaster. And Jagu ended up in the lead. What can Matthias do? Nothing on this straight. But there is a second one. Let's see what the second Williams can do. Up against Thunder Fox, who's on the inside. Kimura moving up to 6th. 1/6 of the race now being completed. The whole goal of the race was finish and you get points. Now there will only be 9 points paying positions. Surprised no safety car game out though. Now going back to the leading pair. Matthias is trying. Not on this occasion. It's getting by. But he might just do it now. He's saving ERS. And so is Jagu. They're kind of both. They're both in the mode of, okay, let's not fight too much. And drive away from the guys behind. Scrub also already back to the rear of Psycho for 8th position, but I'm pretty sure that the Merc has at least some damage, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like the Merc completely survived that scrap and can now just fly by the AlphaTauri of Psycho if he so desires. It'll probably happen right here, right now. Scrub doubling his points tally for this race, going from 9th to 8th position. And back to the leaders we go. We already had this in Italy. Jagu leading, Matthias behind. But this time it's the start of the race, not the end of it. Can something happen this lap? Does Matthias want something to happen this lap? He has the whole race in his wrists. Unless Castleman tries something. Jagger looking as calm as a cucumber right here. In the blue Williams. It says P1 on the wheel. But the question, of course, is how long will it say P1 on the wheel? This guy is in hot pursuit. And trying the Red Bull with the number 91 on it. Now has to drop off a bit. So does RD. RD is dropping off pace, which of course also gives Kimirai a chance. Oh, RD is blinking. That explains the drop. What can Kimirai do? What can Kimirai do against a car with no power? Can just swoop down the inside and get past into turn 4. Now we're going back to the front, where Kesselman also is dropping out of the DRS favor. And they're starting to form some pairs. We have Jagu Matthias, Kesselman Thunder, and of course, Kimirai and RD, who are still sticking close together. Next lap and next try, probably, for Matthias to close up. But they're playing the strategy game. They're not wanting to overtake. They don't want to overtake. They're just there, enjoying the race. That's how the position changed since the start. Jagger went from 5 to 1. Thunder Fox now against Castleman. Thunder Fox losing 1 position. Castleman staying the same. Kimirai gaining 2. RD gaining 2, Edging gaining 3, Scrub losing 2, and of course Yoings losing a grand total of 6 positions. And I think I said it wrong last lap, because Castleman was in front of Thunder, and now Thunder is ahead into the podium places. But he is blinking. And Castleman once again closing in. And RD going back past Kimirai. The Canadian against the German. The Williams against the Haas. Meanwhile, we do have the first pit stop. Psycho moving on to the hard tire. There are many different strategies that can work here in Brazil. In Tier 2, if I recall it right, we had a total of 4 different strategies. Agent also now being close to the pair of Kimura and RD, who are now switching positions. Again, no, not yet. RD might sadly go 2 for 2 here though, because both of them are rather close. Edgin might also fancy it. No, he does not. So RD is still in combat with the Haas. Going back here, Castleman against Thunderfox. Next lap, next try for the AlphaTauri. ERS, and now also DRS activated around the outside and going by. Matthias also being close to Jagu. In the back, we saw a glimpse of a battle. The three musketeers, as I mentioned in the ACC race earlier. This time it's RD Edgend and Kimi Raido. Back to the leading pair. Matthias really looks like he's just playing the waiting game. He'll probably stay there until lap 35 or something. Or is he gonna go past now? Completely demolishing what I just said. Lap 15, change of lead. Matthias is now leading ahead of Jagger. Can Jagu get back? Kimirai is the first driver with penalties in this race. 3 seconds for corner cutting, which is especially frustrating when you look at that. 2 people are already really close behind him, and Scrub is also scraping on this 3-second mark. What is happening around the podium positions? We have first Matthias and Jagu, and then we have Castleman and Thunderfox fighting for P3. Thunderfox obviously starting in second place, as we're still seeing. Now Jagu, change of lead, lap 17, turn 1. Meanwhile, Kimirai is going into the pits. Let's see on which tire he's going. It's a bit early for softs, so I'm guessing he's gonna go onto the hard tire. Yep, he's indeed going onto the hards. He'll finish the race on this tire now, unless there will be a safety car. Which I doubt, as there's not much potential for a safety car, considering Yoins completely demolished his McLaren, and there was nothing. Is Matthias gonna go into the attack again? No. You can clearly hear it. He's not trying to attack. He's salvaging his ERS. RD and Edgin now pitting together. Where are they gonna end up and which tire? We'll be finding that one out shortly. That also looks like the white tire on RD, as well as on Edgin. Where's Kimirai gonna end up? Maybe just ahead. He is gonna end up ahead. Not just, quite a bit actually. With also Psycho being up close again, which is kinda impressive. Speaks for his pace on the new tires. Meanwhile, Matthias. It's the middle point of the race. Now, here we are back with commentary. Nothing really happened while I was gone. But of course, the fight for the lead. Also, maybe, it might be decided by strategy. Matthias leading ahead of Jagu. Which, now that I mention it, actually had a change of lead then. The two battling it out for the whole 19 laps so far. And once we go into lap 20, for 20 laps. Next attack. Not here. Thunderfox goes into the pits now. Which tire? Is he gonna be one for the softs? He is! First guy onto the softs. Jagu goes into the pits. Now, is he also gonna be someone for the softs, or is he gonna go into the hards? Softs are possible now. 50 laps is highly possible on the soft tire, so I'm guessing it's gonna be tire in red. It is. Now it's up to Matthias to see what he can do, but also maybe, just maybe, Thunder Fox to annoy Jagu a little. Ah, Jagu is having none of it. Jagu round the outside into the infield, getting no space at all. Battling now, Matthias should be able to easily pit. Is not doing it. Castleman though. Thunder Fox hardly fighting. There's a yellow! Kimirai! Kimirai spun himself around. Meanwhile, Thunder Fox completely defenseless against Jagu. No chance. I'm guessing there will be no chance with DRS now as well. And now's the question. What can Jagu do? New tires? Still around about new tires. No one ahead of him. He will have to close the gap. Edgin now is getting a penalty for multiple warnings. That helps RD Gamer a bit. What is the Matthias gonna do? He's pitting now. Getting on the softs. Jagu is on the straight. He's gonna go by. Is he gonna go by? They'll probably both go by. They are already past. That's the question. Where's Castleman in comparison? Still a bit back. What are those 2 laps gonna do? Castleman now also with a penalty. Also, once again, helping RD. The Red Bulls are already together. That's a team order if I have ever seen one. But they're fighting for both drivers and constructors titles. 3 seconds for Matthias to catch up. To this man. Another lap. Another bit of time scratched down from the lead. 12 laps to go. I will have to leave a small commercial break. I will be back momentarily. I apologize. And we are back after the small commercial break, and I think it was at the best timing. It's safety car. Kimirai now as well out of the race. What happened? I don't know. I was fulfilling some important business. 6 laps remaining after this one. This will definitely be something. Let's see if I can find something out here. From what I'm guessing, Kira probably had a small collision with an AlphaTauri. I'm getting that right. Though the teams are a bit icky. Well, we don't know. We will not find out. But what we will find out is that the race will resume at the end of this lap. With Jagu in the lead, Edge in second, Matthias third. Jagu and Matthias both leading, Edge being a bit in the way. On his old hard tires. In the back, Thunder and Scrub already scraping. And once again, it's go in Brazil. Matthias is instantly past Edgen. But there is already the small gap. Round about a second. Thunderfox is the next one with penalties. Once again, this helps only RD Gamer, who has to go by Thunderfox now. And there's a huge scrap and a huge collision. Thunder touches... Was it Thunder who touched Edgen? RD Gamer getting hit in the rear by Psycho, but his car stays intact, and that is important. Thunderfox completely bottling it. Dropping back down. RD Gamer's mission now, get by Psycho, stay close to the others, and maybe, just maybe, the podium is still possible for the Williams driver. In lap 34, DRS will be back with us. Until then, it's probably a good idea to look at telemetry. Because Matthias has less. Quite a lot less, actually. And RD can now help for the constructors. Because Thunder is now only scraping for 7th. Currently, it's huge for Williams. Gaining 9 points on them, being fully back in contention. But that's only if Jagu remains in the lead. Matthias hunting the Williams down. Saying, no you don't. To their chance to maybe challenge a bit. Scrub is going back to the pits. That's odd. That is really odd. Scrub is going to be last. Scrub is going to finish in 8th place. If he retires now, he'll still score points. You've finished 90% of the race. That may be interesting to know. RD close to Psycho. Needs to go by. And then gain a bit of time to Castleman. And then he'll be on the podium. Then we'll have 2 Williams on the podium. Which will be a massive drive from both of them. No matter however it ends. Now the question is, what will the leaders do? Will Matthias swap with Jagu and risk getting overtaken in the last lap? He is going for it. Matthias leads lap 35. The lead changes yet again. Jagu has a lot more telemetry. We'll keep this monitor on for the last 2 laps, shall we? There's more energy Jagu has left than Matthias. Where is it getting used? There's the straight one more time, twice. And the DRS zone is also there. 3 times remaining. There will be DRS now where they get to. Then up to turn 4. And then once again on the last lap on the straight. Matthias with a small wiggle. They're both burning. Matthias stopped burning. Jagu stopped burning. Jagu is going by again. Matthias with the counter! That was brave. Great racing. Will Matthias go by again? Not yet. They're equal. They are equal on ERS. There will be one more small DRS zone. Who will win this race? Matthias with small wiggles here. That's not really that optimal. More wiggles with Matthias. Jagu has the chance. He can pull away. Half a second might be enough. Matthias with the next mistake. Jagu on the straight. Matthias hunting him down. Is it gonna be enough? It's probably not gonna be enough. RD Gamer. Jagu wins in Brazil. RD is moving himself up between the AlphaTauris. Up in 4th. Can Scrub get the fastest lap? No. Can Edgen get it? Oh, Scrub has it. Edgen's stealing it. Jagu wins. A master class of a Grand Prix. Here you see your 3 podium drivers. Jagu, Matthias, and Castleman. It's kind of reversed from how it was a week ago in Monza. with Matthias attacking in the end. This time, it was Jagu who went all for it. Let's see if we can get the top 3 of this race into the commentary box. I sadly do not have the commentary picture, so we'll have to take what we have. Let's see. Let's see if we get them here. I did forget to change one thing. Oops. Just noticed it. Let's move our first one in here. Hello, Mr. Castleman.
Hello.
Are you that far away from your mic?
Sorry. I'm able to Discord. My apologies.
It's all good. That was definitely a race. You had at the start a bit of a scramble with at least one of the Red Bull, haven't you?
Yeah. So I had a bit of a panic in my grid box because I realized I accidentally left my my brake magic on. So um, much like Lewis Hamilton, as we know. So I had to rush to change that so I didn't go straight on into the first corner. And so I kind of missed the lights a little bit. So I didn't get as good a start as I wanted. Thunder Fox showed some strong pace. He was a tough nut to crack, so to speak. Um, but yeah, I think the safety car kind of helped and hindered a little bit because I was on fresher tires, and so I think I was able to pull away from him pretty confidently. I don't think the 3 second would have caused me too much pain, but the safety car threw something into the mix.
Yeah, from what it looked like, your teammate also seemed to have helped you at least a little bit with a charging Williams behind him. Was there a bit of a talk between you two?
No. So I actually wasn't in communication with Psycho. I didn't really expect him to kind of do anything strategically. Not to rag on him, but I just expected him to kind of run his own race. So if he was trying to hold RD up, that was very kind of him, and I appreciate it.
Are there, well, last question. Are there any big expectations going into the last race in Abu Dhabi next week, or are you just gonna be chill with the whole AlphaTauri squad?
I think I'm gonna be chill. Just gonna try to score yet another podium. I think we'll. I like Abu Dhabi, so hopefully I can work on my pace and try to fight for a win. Um, the last time that I was truly close to a win was Silverstone, and that ended kind of badly. So hoping to break the duck.
The duck. That's a phrasing I never heard before. But good luck with that. Thank you very much for joining me here. And yeah, good luck to your team, to you, for Abu Dhabi next week.
Yeah, thanks so much. Have a good one.
Well, now this is awkward.
Hello,
This would be the most awkward interview in DRC history.
Oh well, I'm somewhat like this is awkward. But hi, you two. Long time no speak. It felt like it was yesterday.
Yeah, it was a damn long time.
Or 15 minutes, or an hour ago. In the case of I think Mike. But well, anyway, that was one entertaining race, even though there were only 10 people around. Jaggy, you had a bit, well, not really a little bit, but you did have your fun time with a Red Bull, haven't you?
Yeah, it was good fun, you know. The battery games, we were just memeing each other the entire race until the last 3 laps, I guess.
Well, this time it looked a bit like a reverse from Monza, where Matthias overtook you on the last lap. He did try, from what it looked like, to get you into the first corner, like back after you overtook him.
Yeah, he tried to like get a good run up to turn 4, but I guess he didn't spend enough battery power to make it, I guess.
Now, since I have, well, not only our boss here, technically speaking, I wondered if did any headsets fly during the race, especially since also RD had a bit of a scramble with Thunder and Edgen at the end of the race.
No, the only thing that's in pain is my throat.
So is mine.
The amount of updates.
Well, so is mine after sitting in my chair for probably 3 hours at this point commentating. But yeah, so same question as for Castle. Williams is still, I think, in both fights. Well, I only looked at the constructors before the race because that's the only thing I had the chance to. I don't know. I didn't do the math yet, but I think you guys are pretty close, if not even close to equalizing in points. So I'm guessing there's a lot of thought going into Abu Dhabi now, isn't it?
A ton. I think if I did the math correctly, I think we have repassed Red Bull in the constructors by 1 point. And Jagu extends his lead.
Well, so it'll be a bit more of a thriller in Tier 1 than Tier 2 probably. Yeah, I'll thank you both.
Oh, yeah, this just came down to the wire.
Yeah, this is going down to the wire. Let's hope there'll be a few more people driving behind the wheel next week, so we have a bit more excitement to also look over, except the same 2 people, because nothing else happens. No, I'm joking. Thanks you two. I'll be moving you guys back down into cooling down, and we'll probably speak to each other maybe in 20 minutes or something.
Yep.
Thank you, Team C.
And with that, Brazil concludes. And we will be looking forward to the last race of the season in Abu Dhabi. Of course, the preview for next week will be Saturday at your usual time with both Deathling and Mackie Sunday. You will have the Tier 2 finale in Abu Dhabi, where the driver's standings are pretty much settled. And the constructors are going down to the wire between Williams and McLaren. Then on Sunday, at the time as you had it today, we will have the second run of the ACC GT3 Sprint Championship in Budapest on the Hungaroring. And afterwards, like you guys had it today, there will be the Grand Prix of Abu Dhabi, where both championships will be going to the wire between not only Jagu and Matthias, but also between Williams and Red Bull. And with that, thank you guys very much for being here and sticking with me for those 3 hours of racing. I will catch you guys in the next one. Keep racing.